Today we're gonna do an exercise
Okay.
from the book, from the Hotel English book. Today's exercise is meet and greet the guest. Welcome the guest to your restaurant, to your hotel, to your place of business. First, I'm gonna read and then it's your turn, okay? Introduction. Meeting and welcoming guests as they arrive is a crucial part of a good hospitality service. Guests get their first impressions from the attitudes of the staff, so making their experience the best ensures they will want to return. In the hospitality industry, you will most likely meet guests from many different countries. While each culture has different greeting traditions, there are steps that you can take to make sure every guest feels welcome and comfortable as they arrive at your establishment. Now your turn. Ready?
Okay, ready? Introduction. Meeting and welcoming guests as they arrive is a crucial part of good hospitality service. Guests get their first impressions from the attitude of the staff, so making their experience the best ensures they will want to return. In the hospitality industry, you will most likely meet guests from many different countries. While each culture has different greeting traditions, there are steps that you can take to make sure every guest feels welcome and comfortable as they arrive at your establishment.
Good. The standard greeting. While each workplace will have different procedures, here are a few tips for greeting guests properly. The first one is smile. Look interested and friendly. Greet guests according to the time of day. Give appropriate physical greeting. Welcome guests to your establishment. Offer assistance and wish guests a nice stay. So in this class, this is what we're doing today. In this class, we're going to teach you how to smile and why. We're going to teach you how to look interested and friendly and why. We're also going to learn how to greet guests according to the time of day. Give appropriate physical greetings. Today we're learning how to welcome guests to your establishment. We're also learning how to offer assistance and how to wish the guest a nice stay. Okay, let's look at the first one, smile. Smiling is the easiest part of a greeting, but the act is often overlooked and forgotten. For most guests, a smile is an indication of a caring, friendly staff. A genuine smile can be the difference in providing your customers a pleasant stay. Forgetting to smile can lead to feelings of discomfort and hostility. Now your turn, ready?
Okay, ready? Smile. Smiling is the easiest part of a greeting, but the act is often overlooked or forgotten. For most guests, a smile is an indication of a caring, friendly staff. A genuine,
Genuine.
a genuine smile can be the difference in providing your customers a pleasant stay. Forgetting to smile can lead to feelings of discomfort and hostility.
Look friendly and interested. Nothing is more off-putting than a staff member seems bored or unfriendly. While it is understandable that you may have personal concerns and be thinking about things outside of work, it is important to behave in a professional manner to greet guests. Make eye contact, smile, and treat the guest as you would a person entering your own home. Now your turn.
Okay, look friendly and interested. Nothing is more off-putting than a staff member seems bored or unfriendly. While it is understandable that you may have personal concerns and be thinking about things outside of work, it is important to behave in a professional manner to greet guests. Make eye contact, smile, and treat the guest as you would a person entering your own home.
Next, greet the guest according to the time of day. When speaking to a guest for the first time, it is standard to greet them according to the time of day. In certain geographic locations, the time of day could depend on the season. However, here are the typical classifications. Time of day greetings. Good morning. We say good morning until noon. Noon is 12 p.m. Good afternoon. We say good afternoon from noon, from 12 p.m. until 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., we say good evening. Good evening. And when someone in your family is going to bed, we use good night. We don't use good night in business or work. For this exercise, we have a different greeting with a time of the day. For example, good to see you. How's it going? How are you doing? How do you do? We're going to use these greetings. Good to see you. How's it going? How are you doing? And how do you do with the time of day? And we're going to do it like this. This morning. For example, good to see you this morning. Good to see you this afternoon. Good to see you this evening. And good night is for your family. Only morning, afternoon, and evening for business, for work. Now let's do how's it going? How's it going this morning? How's it going this afternoon? How's it going this evening? How are you doing? How are you doing this evening? How are you doing this afternoon? How are you doing this morning? How do you do this morning? How do you do this afternoon? How do you do this evening? Excellent. Okay, now your turn.
Okay.
Good to see you with the time of the day.
Okay.
So you're going to practice each one with the time of the day. Good to see you with the time of the day. How's it going with the time of the day? How are you doing with the time of the day? And how do you do this morning, this afternoon, this evening with the time of the day? Ready?
Ready? Good to see you this morning. Good to see you this afternoon. Good to see you this evening.
Next, how's it going?
How's it going this morning? How's it going this afternoon? How's it going this evening? What are you doing this morning? What are you doing this afternoon? How are you doing this evening? And how do you do this morning? How do you do this afternoon? How do you do this evening?
Excellent. And we also have good morning, the regular, right? Everybody knows good morning, good afternoon. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to use these for the next activity. Let's try to use these greetings that are more complicated or a little more English. Not only good morning, So in this activity, you fill in the appropriate greeting based on the time of the day. So, example, a guest goes to have dinner at 6 p.m. 6 p.m., we say to the guest, good to see you this evening. Or, how's it going this evening? How are you doing this evening? How do you do this evening? Because the time is 6 p.m. Correct? Okay, so in your notebook, let's do this activity. Put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 problems in this activity. Number 1, a guest goes to the room at midnight. What time is midnight? Midnight is 12 a.m. 12 at night. 12 at night is midnight. A guest goes to the room at midnight. What do you say to the guest?
What are you doing at this? No, midnight is good night, no?
This is a guest. Professional. Good night is not professional.
Okay. How are you doing this evening?
How are you doing this evening? Excellent. Next. Number 2. 3 guests come down for breakfast. 3 guests come down for breakfast. What do you say to the guest?
Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you this morning. Number 3. Some guests ask for directions at 2 p.m. What do you say to the guest?
How are you doing this afternoon?
How are you doing this afternoon? Okay, since these are guests, we call the guest sir and ma'am. How are you doing this afternoon, sir, ma'am? How are you doing? Good to see you this morning, sir, ma'am. At work, it's very professional and you make a lot of tips if you say sir and ma'am to your guest, to your clients. Number 4, a guest leaves the hotel at 10 p.m. What do you say to your guest? A guest leaves the hotel at 10 p.m. What do you say?
What are you doing this evening? Oh, well, evening a night trip. What are you doing this evening?
How are you doing this evening, sir, ma'am? Number 5, guests arrive for tea at 4 p.m. What do you say to the guests when they arrive for tea at 4 p.m.?
Good to see you this evening, sir or ma'am.
Good to see you this evening, sir, ma'am. Number 6, a new guest arrives at 2 a.m.
How are you doing this morning, no? How are you doing this morning, sir or ma'am?
How are you doing this morning? Sir, ma'am. Number 7. 2 guests go to bed at 7 p.m. What do you say to the guest?
Have a good, well, have a good night in this case. Well, if it's professional, have a good evening. So,
Have a good evening, sir, ma'am. Fantastic. Excellent. Okay, so for this exercise, we have, how are you doing this evening? Good to see you this morning. How are you doing this afternoon? How are you doing this evening? Good to see you this evening, sir, ma'am. How are you doing this morning, sir, ma'am? Have a good evening, sir, ma'am. Excellent job. Good. Okay, now, your turn, Robert. Repeat all the greetings.
okay,
Practice for work. Ready?
great. How are you doing, sir, ma'am? Oh, yes. How are you doing this evening, sir, ma'am? Good to see you this morning, sir, ma'am. How are you doing this afternoon, sir, ma'am? How are you doing this evening, sir, ma'am? Good to see you this evening, sir, ma'am. How are you doing this morning, sir, ma'am? Have a good evening, sir, ma'am.
Good. Fantastic job. For the next exercise, we're going to give the appropriate physical greeting. Physical greetings are a little bit different. People all over the world greet each other in different ways, but the greeting usually involves some sort of physical gesture. Although you may not be comfortable with some greetings, it is important for you to be aware of different customs. You will encounter many types of greetings working in hospitality, and you should be familiar with at least 3 most common: handshake, kiss and hug, and bow. The handshake, the kiss, the hug, and the bow. First, let's take a look at the handshake. Handshake. There are many differences in handshakes, including who extends their hand first, how many hands you use, and whether you shake hands with women. The firmness and duration of the handshake might also change depending on the location. When shaking hands with someone for the first time, always use your right hand. Do not force a handshake on anyone. With Asian guests, take your cue about whether to shake hands, bow, or do both. Handshakes between men and women also are unusual in India and within certain religious populations. So be sensitive about cultural norms before extending your hand to a guest. Can you read about the handshakes, Robert?
Yes. Handshake. There are many differences in handshakes, including who extends their hand first, how many hands you use, and whether you shake hands with women. The firmness and duration of the handshake might also change depending on the location. When shaking hands with someone for the first time, always use your right hand. Do not force a handshake on anyone. With Asian guests, take your cue about whether to shake hands, bow, or do what. Handshakes between men and women also are unusual in India and within certain religious populations. So be sensitive about cultural norms before extending your hand to a guest.
Excellent reading. The kiss and hug. 2 other forms of international greeting are the kiss and hug. For Americans, a kiss on the cheek or hug as a form of greeting usually only happens between good friends. In the United Arab Emirates, men will kiss other men 3 to 4 times on the cheeks. In Saudi Arabia, a male guest may be kissed on both cheeks after shaking hands. In France, you might see people kissing alternate cheeks. Keep in mind that in other countries, these actions are part of a polite and friendly tradition. A kiss or hug from international guests generally means that you are being officially welcomed. This kiss and hug has no more significance than a handshake. So this kiss and hug is not a romantic kiss and hug. It has no more significance than a handshake. Now your turn.
Kiss and hug. Two other forms of international greeting are the kiss and hug. For Americans, a kiss on the cheek or hug as a form of greeting usually only happens between good friends. In the United Arab Emirates, when men will kiss other men 3 to 4 times on the cheek. In Saudi Arabia, a male guest may be kissed on both cheeks after shaking hands. In France, you might see people kissing alternate cheeks. Keep in mind that in other countries, these actions are part of a polite and friendly tradition. A kiss or hug from an international guest generally means that you are being officially welcomed. This kiss and hug has no more significance than a handshake.
Excellent reading. Now let's read about the bow. Bow. Another physical form of greeting is the bow. Many Asian cultures view the bow as an act of humbling oneself before another, of showing respect. Bowing is just a gracious way to greet someone. The bow is part of the ritual greeting in Japan. The Chinese may nod or use a slight bow. A slight bow also is used in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and South Korea. In Thailand, the Y combines a bow with a sort of salute. It is done with the palms together, fingers up, and a slight bow. In India, a similar greeting is called the Namaste. It is done with palms together and fingers up and together, usually at the chin level. It is combined with a nod. The important thing is for you to be familiar with the traditions and practices of your guest. While handshakes are used in most greetings, nowadays, adopting different customs is a way of showing respect for the individual guest and his or her culture. Now we're going to do an activity. Look at the different illustrations below, 1 through 4, and match them with the names of the greetings. We have A, kiss, B, handshake, C, bow, and D, hug. Let's look at the pictures together. All right, we have the pictures here. Activity. Picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. Picture number 4. Which one is the kiss, the handshake, the bow, and the hug? We need to look for the kiss, the handshake, the bow, and the hug.
This is picture number 2.
Letter A, kiss. Picture number 2. Fantastic, we got number 2, kiss. Cancel, kiss. Next.
Handshake number 1.
Number 1. One handshake. Handshake. Okay. Okay, let's cancel handshake. Letter B. Okay, what about number 3?
Bow. C.
Letter C. Bow for number 3. And the last one?
Is a hug.
Hug. Hug. And what's this?
Handshake.
And handshake. A hidden handshake right there. All right. Handshake, kiss, bow, and hug. Physical greetings. 4 physical greetings. So this one's you do. You don't say, you do. Different things that you do and say. So these are things that we do when we meet a new friend or a client or a guest. You can do a handshake, you can do a kiss, you can do a bow, or you can do a hug. Different physical greetings that we have for different international clients. And these are things that we say. We can say, how are you doing this evening, sir, ma'am? Good to see you this morning, sir and ma'am. Depends on your client and depends on the time of the day. Okay, Robert, so what do you do and what do you say when you meet a new client? What do you do and what do you say when you meet a new client?
How are you doing this morning, sir, ma'am?
That's what you say?
I say.
And what do you do?
And I just do eye contact, that's it. Sometimes I extend my hand and with a handshake.
Handshake. Wow, excellent. All right, so now we have a speaking activity. For this speaking activity, I read the question and you answer the question with the English that you know. Only with the English that you know. It's not correct or incorrect. So, question number 1, how do you typically greet people in your country? How do you typically, usually, how do you usually greet people in your country? How do you typically greet people in your country? Let me show you how to answer the question complete in English with a complete sentence. This question is how. It's an open question. It's for you. So you answer with I. So we start right here. I typically greet people in my country with, and then you do the how. So we have everything we need right here. We cancel everything from the question. Let me make the letters a little smaller. You is canceled. I typically greet people in my country. How? Next, we finished with everything here. Look. I typically greet people in my country. Now the only thing we have left is how. This is the auxiliary. We're not using the auxiliary in affirmations. To answer how, people say by or with. By or with is the correct preposition to answer how. By or with. How do you typically greet people in your country? I typically greet people in my country by giving a handshake. By giving a handshake for men and with a kiss on the cheek for girls, for women. A kiss on the cheek for women. Okay, you see I canceled everything from the question. Now your turn. Ready? Now it's your turn to answer the questions. Okay, the first one, I did the example for you. Now it's your turn. How do you typically greet people in your country?
I typically greet people in my country by giving a handshake for men and with a kiss on the cheek for women.
Excellent. Next question. Let's do it the same way. How do you greet close family and friends?
I greet close family and friends with a hug.
A hug?
With a hug or a handshake.
Correct. A hug or a handshake. Now let's put the question right here. The question is, how do you greet close family and friends? Oh, the question is very similar. The question is for you. So you start right here. You, we're going to put right here. I greet close family and friends. So, cancel everything. Let's look at it together. You, I, greet, yes. Close, yes. Family, yes. And friends. Cancel everything. Use everything from the question. This is an open question. So we're not using, this is the open question word, how, and this is the auxiliary for the questions. We don't use that in affirmative answers. We don't use the how. The how is your answer. So, I greet close family and friends with a hug and a kiss or a handshake. So this is my how. Cancel everything. And we don't use the auxiliary, so cancel the auxiliary. Everything is cancel. Next question. When is it appropriate to kiss or hug someone? When is it appropriate to kiss and hug someone? Different question. We start with the it. No you, no I. This is a question with it. So this is where we start. It is appropriate to kiss, hug someone. Look, cancel everything. Cancel everything. It is appropriate to kiss someone when when is it appropriate to kiss or hug someone?
When it's not a business moment.
When it is not a business situation. Hey, when is it appropriate to kiss or hug someone? It is appropriate to kiss or hug someone when it is not a business situation. Fantastic. Now, you repeat.
Okay.
Hey, when is it appropriate to kiss or hug someone?
It is appropriate to kiss or hug someone when it is not a business situation.
Hey, how do you greet close family and friends?
I greet close family and friends giving with a hug or kiss.
Hey, how do you typically greet people in your country?
I typically greet people in my country by or with giving a handshake for men and on the cheek for women.
Excellent. Kiss on the cheek for the woman. Yeah, in Mexico, a lot of people give kiss on the cheek. Excellent. Any questions with the physical greetings? The greetings?
No,
Easy, right?
it is.
Okay. Now, we're going to welcome guests to your establishment, your restaurant, your hotel, your bar, your area. Welcome guests to your establishment and offer assistance. Okay, the next topic is welcome guests to your restaurant, your hotel, your establishment, and offer assistance. When a guest arrives at a hotel or resort or restaurant, he or she wants to know that they are welcome. As an employee, it is very important to express this to them in the introductory greeting. Example, welcome to Acme Hotel. Good to see you this morning. Welcome to Acme Hotel. Next, we offer assistance. Guests arriving at your resort will have many things on their mind and a lot to do. Some of them have never been there and may need directions to the front desk. Some may need help paying the taxi or paying the bus drivers. Others may need assistance with their luggage. It is your responsibility to offer assistance and find out if they need anything. How do we offer assistance? Here are some examples. Example number 1. May I assist you with anything? May I assist you with anything, ma'am or sir? Can I help you, sir, ma'am? Do you need help with anything, sir, ma'am? May I offer my assistance, sir, ma'am? 4 ways to offer assistance. Now, you repeat.
May I assist you with anything, sir or ma'am? Can I help you, sir or ma'am? Do you need help with anything, sir or ma'am? May I offer my assistance, sir or ma'am?
Fantastic. So these are examples to offer assistance. To offer assistance, now we're going to practice a little exercise. In this exercise, we have 5 steps. Step number 1 is smile. Step number 2 is look interested or friendly and make eye contact. Number 3 is greeting with the time of day. For example, good to see you this evening. Number 4 is a physical greeting. We can do a wave or a nod.
What does not mean?
Nod is like this. Right now, with COVID, we don't do handshakes. So you can do peace, nod, or wave. Wave, nod, or peace. Physical greetings for COVID. And number 5, offer assistance. So the exercise is like this. Good to see you this morning, sir, ma'am. Good to see you this morning, sir, ma'am. How can I help you this morning? How may I be of assistance? Can I help you this evening? Offer assistance. Now your turn. Now your turn with the 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Smile, eye contact, greeting with the time of day, physical greeting, number 4, and offer the assistance. Offer the assistance. If you have maybe like a restaurant or an area, you can also use for step number 5 and 6, welcome to your hotel, welcome to your restaurant, welcome to. If it's not the first time you see, no welcome, only greeting. Good. So step number 1 is smile. Step number 2 is eye contact and look friendly and interested. Number 3 is the greeting. Good to see you with the time of the day. Physical greeting, number 4, physical greeting. Welcome to, and offer assistance with one of these. Offer the assistance. May I assist you with anything? Can I help you? Do you need help with anything? May I offer my assistance? Now, your turn. You practice the 5 steps. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's see one example from you. One example from you with the 5 steps. The welcome can be right here. Let's see. If you want to do welcome before offer assistance. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, go.
Well, first smile, no?
Mm-hmm.
Interested. Eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
That's right.
Uh,
Welcome or no welcome? And then physical greeting.
no, just
Uh-huh.
how are you doing this morning, sir?
Yes.
Well, like, and welcome to the restaurant.
Yes.
How can I help you?
That's
Can I
right.
help you with anything?
Yes. Good. Different steps, right?
Yes.
Good. Let's practice. Ready?
Ahora, smile and friendly eye contact.
Look friendly. It's just like don't look like
Bored.
yeah, like that's the only thing. So this is physical, and finally number 3, you say something. Good.
Okay. First smile, eye contact.
Yeah, remember
No.
because it's work.
Yes.
So
Hi sir, how are you doing this morning?
yes, perfect.
Well, welcome again.
Yes.
And can I help you with anything, or do you need help with anything?
Yes, correct. This one. Excellent. Good. This is all the same.
Okay.
4 different options, right?
Yes.
5. Oh no, 4. No problem. You can use whatever you like the greetings. How many greetings did I give you here?
5.
5 or 4? Let's see. Oh, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 options. Four options. 4 options physical greeting too, but right now with COVID, it's different.
Yes.
So we put, for COVID, we have wave. This is wave. Nod, like this, yes, or up. Or peace. Peace sign. No touch. Wave. Nod.
Yes.
Peace. No touch. So these are no touch greetings. No contact. No contact greeting because COVID. No contact greeting. And 4 options to offer assistance. Some people, maybe if you work in the restaurant in the front, like the hostess, you need to say welcome. The welcome. I don't know if you need
Yeah, at the bar I use
the
it
welcome.
because I have the
What is the name of your bar?
cigarette.
So maybe you say welcome to.
The pool area actually is
Exactly. The area.
into
The area or the name. For example, for me, welcome to English University. English University. And for you?
welcome to the bar. Yes.
Yeah. Like
Welcome
that.
to the
That's
news.
perfect. Okay, now you practice. I am the guest. And you are smile, look friendly, interested, eye contact. Greet with the time of the day. No contact greeting. No contact physical greeting. And then number 5, welcome and offer assistance. Ready?
Right. Smile,
Mm-hmm.
eye contact,
Yes.
and how are you doing, sir?
Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Time of the day.
How are you? Well, you know,
With
what,
this morning.
how are you doing this morning?
This morning. Good.
Okay.
Next.
Well,
Yes.
welcome to the bar.
Yes.
May I assist you with anything?
Good.
Or can I help you?
Good. Now, for homework, we have 4 here, 4 over here.
Yes.
4 greetings with the time of the day, 4 here. 3 different times of day, morning, afternoon, evening.
Yes.
You're going to make a strategy, a plan. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. Put it in your notebook. Different offer assistance and different greeting. So you have different ones every day. Change. For example, number 1, good to see you. Good to see you this morning. May I assist you with anything? This is one strategy. Good to see you with, may I assist you with anything? Next strategy. How are you doing? How are you doing this morning? Can I help you? That's number 2, see?
Yes.
Put together your plan. Minimum 5.
Okay.
5 different plans.
With this rule.
With this one and the greetings, correct? 5 steps.
5 steps.
This, obviously, you don't put this in your notebook. This one tampoco. Pero empezando right here, you put it in your notebook porque si lo vas a decir.
Okay.
But always smile, always eye contact. So, diferente greeting, 5 diferente greetings, 5 diferente offer assistance.
Will you send me that one?
Ajá, you can have this material de apoyo, material didáctico para tu tarea. 5 diferentes estrategias, que no se repita ninguna offer assistance,
Okay.
que no se repita ningún greeting. ¿Sí entiendes?
Okay.
Tenemos suficientes.
Claro que sí.
¿Cómo le vas a hacer? Esta semana, el martes, son 5 diferentes, ¿verdad? Una, el martes, todo el día. Vas a cambiar los time of the day. Morning, afternoon, evening. Y te la vas a dominar, la primera, todo el martes. Then, Wednesday, next one. Todo el día, morning, afternoon, evening. Can I help you? Can I help you? Con la de good to see you, por ejemplo. Good to see you this morning, can I help you? Todo el día, todo el miércoles. Tu segunda estrategia. Tercera estrategia, todo el jueves, para dominarla. Todo el viernes, la cuarta estrategia. Y el sábado, la quinta. Todo el día repetirla para grabarla. ¿Sí entiendes?
Sí.
Okay.
Muy bien.
Entonces, vamos a saludar a los clientes con una sonrisa, con eye contact, con nuestro saludo y el tiempo del día, con nuestro physical greetings en contacto, bienvenida y ofrecerles ayuda. Y vamos a practicar una estrategia diferente cada día. Para el fin de esta semana, tener 5 estrategias listas para darle la bienvenida, saludarlos y ofrecerles ayuda.
Muy bien.
Profesional, formal, con respeto. Es formal y profesional. ¿Dudas o preguntas?
Acerca del listening, la tarea de listening.
La del otro libro, ¿verdad?
Sí, ¿cómo lo puedo descargar?
¿No te sirvió el audio? ¿No escuchaste el audio?
De hecho, no lo escuché.